Whatever you do, just stay true and show passion. When you talk, be precise.
I took a flight for the paddock. You should be oh so dramatic. I care. Anything you want, boy, forget it. You just make me feel.
Let me introduce this stranger on your screen, okay? My name is Valerie K, or you could call me Val for short, or VK. I'm a makeup artist and wig specialist located in NYC, but I'm from Kansas City, okay? However, I've been here in New York City for almost 2 years. This August will make 2 years of me being in New York City, and it will make 9 years of me being in business. So I feel like I done earned my stripes to give y'all what the title say below, okay? So just stick with me. Let's go ahead and just get straight to the point. I won't waste none of y'all time. Also, y'all, quick disclaimer. The audio might be a little ghetto because this is my first time being mic'd up and doing a long form video. So just roll with the punches. However, I got my mic off TikTok shop, so I'm just rolling with it. And that's just what it is. Okay, let's start with our 5 things that every beginner makeup artist needs. Number 1, mindset and confidence. You need the mindset of a makeup artist and you need the confidence of a successful makeup artist. Because if you're going to decide to be one, decide that you're going to be a successful one. Don't go in like, oh, I'm kind of, sort of a makeup artist. No, you're a makeup artist. Even if you don't have the clients yet, even if your only client is your mom or your sister and barely even a client because they probably ain't paying, that's fine. You are a makeup artist. You need to have the mindset that this is who you are. This is what you want. And I already got it. I feel like you already have to be it within to really be it. Because if you don't, you're going to delay everything. You're going to overthink everything. You're going to overthink the makeup while you're doing the makeup on clients. You're going to overthink the logo. You're going to overthink the content. You're going to overthink starting. Get out of your head and get in the field. Don't be a weak. You can't cuss on YouTube, so I ain't going to say that. But you really need to toughen up. If you're a makeup artist, then that's who you are. Like, what are we sitting here and thinking about it for? Like, why are we overthinking it? Like, why are we, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have the followers, I don't do this. Do you practice your makeup? Do you practice other people's makeup? Is this what you want to do? Okay, cool. Take it to God. If he confirms that this is something that is a part of the will for you, get the willing on. Get to doing it. Decide it. Pray on it. Fast on it. Whatever you need to do, you need to have the confidence, even just within yourself. Like, it doesn't even have to just be about your work. You need to just be confident with who you are and what your assignment is here on this earth. And I promise you, this might sound mediocre, but if you don't get this together, everything else will fall apart. Your foundation has to be solid. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to know that this is for you. Whether you wake up and decide, I'm a makeup artist, I'm a content creator, I'm a hairstylist, I'm a rich wife, housewife, I'm going to be a mother, whatever it is that you want to do, you need to decide it. You need to stick with it. You need to do the things that that version of you would be doing. Nothing else. If you're a makeup artist in your head, then you should be purchasing makeup products. You should be saving makeup looks on Instagram or wherever, on Pinterest, wherever. You should be practicing. You should be purchasing lashes, brushes, whatever it is. You need to be walking as a makeup artist, whatever the makeup artist version of you looks like. Have that confidence. Write it down. Do your affirmations. I don't care. Fake it till you make it. And you'll think that them affirmations in that writing is not doing anything until you start to realize that you're literally reprogramming your mind, which is then reprogramming your actions, which is then bringing you the results. So again, you need to decide it and stick with it and apply it and be it. Just be it. I don't care who's ahead of you. I don't care who's ahead of you. Just because you're new to the game don't mean you're going to be the weakest in the game. You could start today in 9 days. You could start past me in the 9 years that I've been working. So just start. Like, stop being a punk. Yeah. Okay. Next. Number 2, for things that every beginner makeup artist needs. You need to have the right tools and the right products. Let me go ahead and give my spill on the products. I don't push products on people because there's so many different ones, and I do feel like you should really go do your own research and always keep in mind the different skin types you're going to be working with. Make sure you get products that is suitable for dry skin, combination skin, and oily skin. However, what I will say is, don't feel pressure to buy all the high-end things at the beginning. Until your business is really actually making money, I don't feel like you should be putting in $100 for 2 foundations. I think you should go do the $30 for 2 foundations, because $15 per foundation, I think that should be the max. I don't feel like you need to go ball out crazy on the top shelf things. You go into Ulta and you go to the left, okay? To the left is where the drugstore products is, the good drugstore products. is to the left in Ulta, just to make it easy on you. If you go to the right, that is the more high end. Now, if you like it, cool, but keep in mind, just because it's trending on TikTok does not mean it'll work for you, and it doesn't mean it'll work for your clients. So keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to tools, MissA.com, she's my favorite. I love MissA.com. Their brushes is like $1 and change per brush. I highly recommend going on there, starting off with about maybe 3 different sets. And it's the same set of the same brushes, but you're getting 3 of them. So you need you at least like a foundation brush, a concealer flat brush to apply the concealer, and then a brush to blend out the concealer. Maybe get you 2 beauty blenders, a highlighter brush, a blush brush, as well as maybe a few eyeshadow brushes. On MissA.com, you can get that whole entire set for maybe about $10, really probably less, to be honest. And you can get 3 sets of the same thing, $30, $45 max. And that's with shipping and handling to come to you. Go to MissA.com. If you do want to know my exact recommendations, I could really do like a video breaking down, and I could make that a short video. No, this video didn't come out. Hold on. Okay, back to what I was saying. Sorry, the commercial came on the TV, blew me. However, I could do a short video giving y'all the exact codes on MissA.com of the brushes that I use that is in my kit. I have about 20 of the same set because when I'm busting down clients, I don't want to stop and wash brushes in between every client. I be booked back to back, my love. I like to throw it in the cleaning bucket and pull my next set out of the already cleaned bucket and get to the next client. So MissA.com is my favorite. However, when it comes to things that you can get in Ulta, as far as brushes in Ulta, I will highly recommend Morphe brushes as well as Real Techniques. You can never go wrong with Real Techniques. MissA.com pretty much sells like dupes of Real Technique brushes. And then Morphe brushes has great brushes, more so for eyeshadow. However, all of their brushes are great as well. But my top recommendation would be MissA.com because I promise you this is not breaking the bank. Like, I feel like if you take these tips, you should be able to get you a good starter kit within about a range of about $300, $350. So yes, MissA.com, Morphe, and Real Techniques. When it comes to products, if I had to give you a foundation to start off with, I started off with Fit Me foundation. She still works. I had to double back and just check here recently because I haven't been using her recently. L'Oreal Infallible is a really good one for all skin types. For those who have like hyperpigmentation and oily skin and you need that full coverage, but a matte finish for your oily hyperpigmentation girls, Milani foundation is super full coverage and she's very matte. Juvia's Place is technically not drugstore because you can't buy her at a drugstore, but she is at Ulta near the drugstore products. They're affordable as well. Juvia's Place is also good for oily girls. However, yes, L'Oreal Infallible, I feel like it's a good one to focus on. Concealer wise, if you're not going to go e.l.f., I will go LA Girl Pro, the OG, of course. When it comes to like setting sprays and primers, e.l.f. has good ones. NYX has good ones as well as L'Oreal. She has a good setting spray as well. So if you could start with the more affordable things until you really get your bookings up, do that and then upgrade to the higher end once you do more research. Don't go buy all that high end stuff. I'm telling you, don't do it up front. Don't do that up front. You're going to be in a hole. And you got $500 worth of makeup and barely $5 worth of clients. Don't do that. That's that. Okay, so now let's get to the next thing. And number 3 on things that every beginner makeup artist needs: a space to work. If you have to start off at home, I'm not against it. That's where I started, in my mother's home, in my bedroom, actually, in a corner in my bedroom. I had a little makeup bar. Again, this was many years ago, so I know things are different now, and some people do look at it a certain way. However, they could go book somebody that's in the suite if that's the case. Everybody is not beginner friendly. That's fine. However, the girls will book because usually them home-based ones be fire and their prices be good for the firework. So don't be intimidated feeling like you need to be renting out a luxury suite up front. Again, like, you're going to get to that, but I don't really recommend that until you actually have the bookings already flowing in. Don't put yourself in the hole trying to appear to be this bossed up person. Humble beginnings will truly build wisdom and perseverance and knowledge. Like it just really, it does a thing in you to have the humble beginnings. So don't be scared to start at home or in something that's not as, I guess, luxury, like top floor situation. That's fine. If you have to make a little corner in your home to start, that's fine. I will say, if you're going to take patient, not patience, God, please don't take a patient, especially not a psych patient. No shade to my Lexapro girls, no shade. However, not patient clients. If you are going to take clients at home, I would kind of recommend asking for ID. Maybe having them upload ID if you're going to have like a booking platform like Acuity or something, or if you're going to do it via text, via DM, maybe just have them send ID so you could truly know this is a real person. And that way it'll show their address on there and their full name, just in case, God forbid, you have to even do anything where you have to file a report or anything. But just as a little reassurance, let them know like, hey, I am home based as I'm growing my clientele. It is a requirement of mine that you upload your ID, just for a little safety and reassurance. That's it. And definitely just pray over your space always in your home. If you do go ahead and do the suite up front, still pray over your space because you don't know who's pulling up. Also, some people have family or friends that have salons or that have a suite. Ask if they're willing to kind of rent out to you temporarily as you grow your clientele. Some salon owners will rent you a booth at a discounted rate until you get the clientele rolling in. So look into those options as well. I know here in New York, they have suites that you can rent out hourly. So that's an option as well, where if you are letting people book a couple weeks out and you see you have a lot for a specific Saturday, go and book that suite from 8 to 8 on that specific Saturday. So options like that. Or if those things are not available in your city, travel to them. If you free flowing and that's not an issue or a problem with you and you're able to adapt and work in any space, then go ahead and do that. Or even if you're not, thug it for a little bit, just see how it is until you can stack up a little something and really get your name out there, and then go ahead and rent you out something that's affordable. Where to find a suite when you are ready to get a suite? Funny enough, I actually found both of mine because I've only had one in New York and one in Kansas City. I had my one in Kansas City for about like 3 years, and my one here in New York for almost 2 years that I've been here. And I found them both on Craigslist. So when you are ready for that, check Craigslist. But in the meantime, be home based if you can. Just be safe about it, or travel to people if you really want to get out there in the mud and you're really hungry. Do that. Okay, and now to number 4, we're going to go with professionalism and client experience. For me, because I have a bubbly personality and I am a people person, I feel like this part for me is kind of common sense for me. I feel like to just have that experience from booking to complete appointment is really good. So, for example, I feel like however you're going to have them book, I know everybody does not want to pay for like Acuity up front. I want to say Acuity is like $25 if you got like 2 services. When it comes to makeup, it's only about 3 different looks they could get, maybe 4 at the most. So you got your natural face, you got your maybe like in the middle type of face, like, and then you got your super dramatic glam face. So I feel like 2 or 3 different looks to begin should be fine enough. So you should be able to pay maybe the $25 a month for the Acuity site. Or if not, the one I started with, y'all, I would have to do some digging, but I think I was paying nothing a month actually. Or if you want to thug in and do the DMs, if you want to do via text, I don't care for the DMs. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'd rather you just go ahead and do the $25 on Acuity, even when you getting started. However, if that's just not something that you, because I know Apple just charged you. I know they just ran your card and took that 25 already. So if you really on your last straw like that, baby, just go ahead and do it in the DM. However, make it super professional in the DM if you can. Like now, Instagram is doing this thing where it's kind of labeling if it's an inquiry or a business inquiry. So hopefully you have that feature popping up. Even if not, just make sure you in your DMs checking every day, and have ChatGPT or just Google maybe a simple template to let them know like, hey, good evening, good morning, hello, how are you? Thank you for inquiring. Here are my services that I provide at this rate: 60 for this look, 70 for this look. These are the looks I am starting with. I am still practicing, so I am for those that are beginner friendly. These are the dates I have available. Please let me know, if any of these dates and times work for you. Maybe take their name, their email, and their phone number and add them to your calendar. If you have a Google account, just download the Google Calendar and add them to your calendar. And that could be a way that you keep track. And one thing I do the week of the appointment, I send out a reminder every Monday to all of my appointments that's on for that week. Even though my site is automated, if you have Acuity, they'll go ahead and do the automated reminders. But even with my automated reminders through my site, I still personally like to reach out to the client to let them know, hey, this is my number. I don't say that, but me texting them and them seeing the blue bubble, they could tell this is my number where you could contact me just in case they have any issues finding the building or getting into the building, anything like that. I like them to actually have my number just in case. So I feel like texting them that Monday, this is such and such your makeup artist. Can't wait to see you on this date. Please send over any inspo pics that you could find just to kind of let you know what looks. I really feel like that's an important thing when you first getting started. Have them send you an inspo picture. Let that be in the confirmation message. Hey, I got you down for this date. Can't wait to see you. Please feel free to send over inspiration looks as I am still, getting my feet wet. So that way say they book for a dramatic glam, right? Cool. But they pull up that day and the dramatic glam is including Christmas red glitter and you don't got no red glitter. That's why the inspo pictures are important, just in case it's a shadow color or something that you don't have in your kit. You now have a few days, being that you're sending this at the top of the week. You now have a few days or a couple of days or a day to go ahead and get anything extra that you might need for the inspo picture that she sent you. Always ask for an inspo picture for the look, okay? So that's one thing. So now they have the reminder. All my clients tell me I could tell by your message, that by your reminder, that you are not from New York. I got my little emojis in there, and I know people feel like, emojis are not professional, but again, I like things to be personal. I like my girls to be comfortable. This is a homegirl experience. So sending out that personal reminder, even if you have an automated situation where they're doing it for you, still send that personal text or DM. It doesn't have to be the text. If you don't want them to have your direct number, do a DM or get you a Google number and message them from a Google number. That's fine. But I think having that personal message and asking for that inspo picture will help you. That way, when they pull up, they are already kind of comfortable naturally. So now when it comes to the actual appointment, I know everybody's not a yapper like me, baby. I'm a yapper. By the end of my appointment or their appointment, I think this is my appointment too. So I'm about to tell you everything about my life. And I want to know, naturally, they're going to tell you everything about their life. That's just how I am. If you're not like that and you're more silent, have your R&B on. I always got me some R&B on. Because name a girl who don't like some R&B. And I love Mozzie, but baby, Mozzie ain't the time when you get in your face beat. You trying to beat the block or beat the face. So I cut on my R&B when I'm doing makeup. My candle be lit. Even when I was at home, this is what I was doing. Like when I was working from my bedroom, in my younger years, like I had a candle, I had my R&B playing, and I'm doing my makeup and I'm flowing through. So the vibe is already chill when they come in. And when they come in, I usually ask them like, hey, is it your birthday? Like, what's the occasion? Or, if they pregnant, I'll ask, is this for the gender reveal? Is this for the baby shower? I always ask, what is the occasion? Once they let me know that, I ask, what's your skin type? Do you have oily skin or do you have dry skin? Because that matters when it comes to the skin prep, when it comes to what products you're going to use, how heavy you're going to go on the creams versus how heavy you're going to go on the powders. Ask them what their skin type is, what the occasion is. Ask them, do you have any preferences? Everybody doesn't like the blush trend right now. So ask them, do you like bright under eye? Do you like a lot of blush or a little blush? Asking those questions, they automatically are going to relax and not micromanage every move because you've already inquired about the things that most girls kind of get picky about. So from the top, once they get there, of course, greet them. Hey, how are you? Oh, it's so sunny outside today. It's raining. I can't believe it's this cold, whatever. And ask them, what the occasion is, what their skin type is, what are their preferences with their makeup. Cool. From there, you either just let the music play, or if you want to carry on with conversation, that's fine. You could kind of read the room and tell the vibe of the client. Each client is different. So I highly recommend that. Of course, always let them see the look before kind of checking different lighting. Ask them, do you mind me getting a picture? Do you mind if I take a photo? I always let clients know. I try not to post before they debut the look, if you get what I'm saying. Like if it's a birthday look, like, so when is your birthday? Because I don't want to post the look before you post it. I'm not trying to, I don't want to leak the look. So, I always ask, like, when is this occasion? I don't want to post it if, you are not ready yet. And I always make sure they know, like, I am getting content for social media. Like, do you mind if I take a video and a picture to post? Most of the time with makeup, they are usually like, yeah, that's fine, that's cool, that's good. So that's more so the flow of the actual appointment. Some girls usually just follow up with me and give me good feedback after. If I like to follow up, do follow-ups, or anything that you want to do after that. But I just feel like really creating that comfortable space. Another thing, I usually ask what they wearing. Let me see your outfit, because I'm a little honest and I love a good look. So if I think the look you picked don't go with the outfit, I'm like, if it's given, they are open to that. But most of them will like let you know, like, I'm gonna show you my outfit, so you could tell me what you think we should go with. So that's why I say opening up with that conversation, everything else will flow. So yeah, just having that flow, creating a comfortable space for your clients and making sure it's professional but still a warm feeling, that will definitely help. And now to number 5, we have consistency and content. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you thinking like, girl, I'm just getting started, so where this content gonna come from? Baby, me, I was DMing the girls. First of all, when I was starting, I was only charging $15. Cause pull up, I need somebody to do so I can like practice and have something to post. However, on the days when nobody wanted to spend that 15, cause girl, the work looking a mess right now, I was hitting girls up. Hey, do you mind if if I practice a look on you? And I was making sure that I was reaching out to different complexions. I will say for me, I have a lot of friends and family. So for me, I didn't really have to reach out to a lot of people at first, but I did want to just get different faces on my page. So that's why I started reaching out to other people, because of course these are my friends. So, and my family, and I love them for letting me mess them up in the beginning, because y'all looked crazy. But I needed the content to post, and I needed the practice to get better. I needed the consistency. I kept doing it until I got it. Okay. So get you a few girls who are willing to pull up, and when it's free, if you really hungry, I'm telling you, I was really hungry. I wasn't worried about spending. I was cool with it, because again, I didn't spend $1,000 on one foundation, one eyeshadow palette, and one brush. Like, I had affordable things, so I didn't mind. Use a little bit goes a long way. I'm not heavy handed with makeup anyway, so it wasn't a waste to me. Like, I'm practicing, I'm posting this look, and this is bringing me actual clients. Or if you do get 1 or 2 people that book, ask them. That's another thing you could ask them at the appointment. Do you mind if I reach out to you so we could do some practice looks? Because sometimes people won't book the dramatic look that you are wanting to practice and you really want to specialize in. People aren't booking that a lot these days. So I still do this to this day. I will reach out to girls that already have booked me, or girls that I'm seeing are good with content. Hey, like, let's work. It's completely free. Pull up. Let me, do the look. You get some content, I get some content, and this is keeping me in the flow. Nowadays, I'll be so booked up, I really don't be having the time to do it. But that does help me get creative, because everybody doesn't want to do the festive thing, and I'm going to do what the people book. But if you want to practice different looks or just have more content to put out, reach out to the girls. And we are in a heavy content era, so everybody is wanting to do content. Get you 3 girls, 3 different shades that you could work with, practice on, and rotate out, and keep posting them girls. Get a picture of each look, post a picture one day, the next day post a video of the finished look, the next day post the behind the scenes of you doing the look, and then do it again with the next girl. Post her picture, post her finished product, post the behind the scenes of that appointment, do it with the third girl. Now you done got you at least 3 weeks worth of content. You could break up each of those posts throughout each week, like post every other day during the weekdays, because on the weekend everybody outside, so they be on the internet, but not like that. But keep staying in the people face. Keep posting on your story. Post on TikTok, baby. Post on TikTok. TikTok done got me booked 3 months out in New York, and I was only a few months in being here. Once I had got booked out, baby, it was done. And I've been booked like that in Kansas City for a while, but like again, I started completely over. So what I'm telling y'all is not nonsense. I'm telling you, I've done it twice in 2 cities. Keep your work in their face. It doesn't matter if you're the only person liking your post. Because there was a point in time when I only had 50 followers on my business page. And when I made a post, I would like it from the business page. Then I will go to my personal page and like it again. And I still do it to this day. I don't care. I'm always going to be the stage act. I'm going to go down into the audience and I'm going to clap for myself. I don't care. I don't care who's liking it. Some people are just watching and saving. Some people don't do anything, but they take a mental note and they do come book you. So post your work. It does not matter. Get out of your head and get in the field. Like we said in tip 1, just post the work, be consistent, reach out to girls and let them know when they come, you practice on them. Let your friends know, I'm running specials, beginner specials, just to get my clientele up. I'm telling you, once that first domino fall, you are in motion. It takes that one client, that one post, that one repost. And baby, then you're going to be fighting for a weekend off. I know this to be true. Trust me, living testimony. And that is all that I have for you. So that is my 5 things that every beginner makeup artist needs. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to get into the wig side of things next because I have a wig business. Well, just a hair business in general because it was just bundles and frontals when I first got started. But I think I'm going to give y'all a rundown of that. But y'all could drop in the comments what y'all want to see next. And what tips and tricks, what specific details y'all need. I will be commenting back, y'all. But definitely, what they be saying on here on YouTube, they be like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, do that for me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Save, share, and they got this little hype button. When I be watching my vlogs and stuff on here, the stripper vlogs, I be hyping their videos. So make sure y'all do that. And yeah, I'm going to call y'all back when I call y'all back.